look at exercise 6.2, using trigonometry to find side lengths. So we can use trigonometry to find side length provided you know an angle and another length in the triangle, okay? So the angle has to be the angle other than the right angle, okay? So the steps to finding side length are you first label the sides relative to the reference angle, so opposites. So you need to label your O, A, and H. So I'm going to write that down. O, A, and H sides. So you need to label. You need to identify what the opposite side, adjacent side, and hypotenuse side are. Then I see what sides you have, and depending on what side you have, you select sock, car, or toa. Okay. And then you rearrange to solve the equation using CAS calculator, interactive and solve, or rearrange by hand and use a calculator to find the value of the side you want. Okay, so let's go for examples. The only way to do this is to do heaps with examples. So for question A, we've got 53 degrees. The opposite side is obviously opposite the 53 degrees, which is side length A. Opposite side of the right angle is the hypotenuse side, so that's H, and the remaining side is A. Okay, so you always write SOHCAHTOA. I know that the sides of interest in my triangle, in this particular triangle, are hypotenuse, because it's labelled with 210, and opposite, which is labelled with A. Okay, so looking at my ratios, I can see that there's only one with opposite and hypotenuse. Opposite and hypotenuse. It's the sine SOH ratio. So what this reads is sine, S means sine of the angle. The angle happens to be 53 degrees, equals opposite divided by hypotenuse. So let's write what our opposite side is. It's 210 divided by A. Sorry, other way around. It's A divided by 210. Okay, so sine 53 degrees equals, or sine of 53 degrees equals 2A on 210. Now, I want to solve for A. Okay, I want to solve for A. I might highlight this. I want to solve for A. Okay, so the way we can solve this is we can rearrange the equation. Okay, so sine of 53 degrees is one term, so you can think of that as one blob. Okay, I want to get rid of the 210, so I times both sides by 210. So we get 210 times sine 53 equals A. Okay, and you enter that in your calculator. Now, the way you enter in your calculator is you go to your main screen. I'll clear that, so you can clear all if if you got stuff cluttered on your screen. 210 times, I go to keyboard, trig, sine of 53 degrees, and I get 167.71. So A equals 167.71. Okay, to do this process. Alternatively, you can use some interactive advanced solve. So highlight the first, highlight the equation. If I didn't know how to rearrange the equation, I can go sine 53 degrees, always close your brackets, equals A. Instead of A, I'll just use X, okay? You use this fraction button, A, X divided by 210, because I don't want to have to search for the letter A in my calculator. So I'm going to go interactive. I've got an equation, interactive, advanced, solve for X, or A in this case, and my A value would be 167.71, which is the same thing, okay? But you do need to know how to rearrange these equations, okay? We'll do D. So example D. Because it looks, they want to look the same. So my reference angle is 49 degrees. This is opposite the reference angle, so that's O. Opposite my right angle is my hypotenuse, and leftover side's adjacent. So again, we've got a scenario where the side and lengths of interest are the opposite side and the hypotenuse side. We're trying to solve for the hypotenuse side, and we know the opposite side. So it's SOHCAHTOA. So it's SOC again, because we've got the opposite side and the hypotenuse side. Okay. So sine, right equation, sine of the angle 49 degrees equals opposite, which is 8.7 divided by hypotenuse, and this is our equation we form. Okay, we're trying to solve for x. Now, the trick I taught the class was that if you have this scenario, you can swap these two for each other. So you can put x on here and 8.7 divided by sine 49 on here. Okay. Just a quick note, sine 49 does not mean sine times 49. That's not correct, okay? That's not correct. Sine of 49 literally means sine of 49, okay? So these are stuck together. So I can enter on my calculator. I go 8.7, so I'll use a fraction button. 8.7 divided by sine, so I'm in trig menu, sine of 49, and make sure you're in degree mode. 11.53 equals 11.53. Okay. Alternatively, if you don't know how to do algebra, you can go sine 49 equals 8.7 divided by x. Okay, and I want to solve for x, so go interactive, advanced, solve, and it does it for me. So 11.54, we get the same answer. Okay, but again, you do need to know a bit about rearranging, so that you know, if you ask the question in multiple choice, you can recognize which one's the rearranged form. D, I'll quickly go over how you set this up. I won't actually do the question. Well, I will do the question. Again, this is the reference angle. This is the opposite side. This is the hypotenuse side, and this is the adjacent side. Again, we've got a sine scenario, so SOC, because we're given the opposite and the hypotenuse. So sine of 24 degrees 38 minutes equals opposite over hypotenuse. Opposite side D, the hypotenuse side is 77. So we formed an equation. Now we just solve the equation, okay? So D would equal, I'm going to use the interactive and solve feature. So I'm going to go sine, to enter degrees, minutes, seconds, you go to maths 1. You go 24, 38. We're not given seconds, so just leave it blank. Equals x divided by 77, because I don't want to bother finding a D. So go interactive, advanced, solve, and I get 32.09. So x equals, or D equals 32.09. Okay, I'm going to do decimal places. Next one. Okay, this happens to be another sine one, because the reference angle, I don't even need to know the scenario right now. I know that with reference to 61 degrees, this is the opposite side, and this is the hypotenuse side. And this would be the adjacent side. Okay, so if I want to find the bird's position on tree, so I assume that we're trying to find x. To form an equation, the sides of interest are my opposite side and my adjacent side. So SOHCAHTOA, so for this question, I want to know what ratio we're interested in, okay? Because we're interested in the x and the 4, I'm going to use opposite adjacent. We're going to use the tan ratio this time, okay? So tan of 61 degrees equals opposite divided by adjacent. So the opposite side's 4, the adjacent side is x. Okay, form the equation, solve for x. So tan 61, tangent of 61 degrees equals 4 divided by x. I go interactive, advanced, solve. You get 2.22, 22 decimal places, 2.22. So x equals 2.22 meters. So that's for part A. Just in case you're wondering, if you were to rearrange it, you swap the x and the tan 61. So you get tan 61 degrees, like that. And you can work that out on your calculator if you so please. For part B, calculate the distance in meters between the kitten and the bird. Okay, so you're trying to find the horizontal, not the horizontal distance, the direct distance between the kitten, which is right here, and the bird, which is on the tree, which is trying to find y. Okay, so the side lengths of interest in this case, I'll highlight this, are y and this one, since it's given. Okay, so let's work out the correct ratio to use for this. So we've got the hypotenuse side and we've got the opposite side. Okay, opposite and hypotenuse is sine. Okay, so sine of 61 degrees equals sine of 61 degrees equals opposite, which is 4, divided by hypotenuse, which is y. Okay, if you were to rearrange it, y would equal 4 of sine 61 degrees. So if I work this out on my calculator, I get 4 divided by sine 61 degrees. So I get 4.57. Y equals 4.57. I'll quickly go over question 5. A rectangular gate has diagonal metal supports, so it has diagonal metal supports on the opposite corners. The supports make an angle of 25 degrees 80 minutes. So this is the horizontal, 25 degrees 18 minutes here. If the gate is 1.6 meters high, how long is the diagonal support? So basically, if you redraw the triangle, it's asking you this scenario. How long is it? So that's your x. You've got your right angle triangle here. So this becomes my, I label my sides. This is my opposite side because it's opposite the angle. This is my hypotenuse side, and this is my adjacent side. So I'm using opposite, using the opposite side of the hypotenuse side, so it's SOC. So this comes sine of 25 degrees 80 minutes equals opposite 1.6 divided by hypotenuse, so x equals 1.6 divided by sine. We just switch places. So to work out the length of the support, you go 1.6 divided by sine 25 degrees. Okay, I need to go to Maths 1 to get DMS. 25 degrees, 80 minutes. Close brackets, 3.74. Okay, so it's 3.74, and this is in meters. So the diagonal spots are 3.74 meters out. So that's the gist of trying to find side length. So it's always labeling, identifying your sides, and choosing the correct ratio and forming an equation from that, and then solving it.